Hey guys, in today's video, let's see how we can generate QR codes in Excel using VBA as well as Google APIs. So it's really simple and it will take less than 11 lines of code, I think, and we should be able to convert any URL into a QR code. So the first thing we want to do is head to uh, the VBA editor. Then you can insert a module or create a new module, and yep, let's get started with the code. So we'll create a function for this, and yeah, so let's get started. So instead of a sub, this will be a function. So we'll start with function, and we can call it get QR codes. So put it all caps, get QR codes. Then we'll pass in a string. So we can say QR code value, or we could just call it QR code as string. Okay, and then so end function comes in automatically. So we'll dim the URL as a string, and so because in this case we want to create a QR code for a URL. So and then the next thing we want to do is we want to pass in the URL, or rather we want to set the URL to be the Google API URL. So it will be the Google API's URL, which is, let me get that, which is over at HTTPS, and then you want chart.google APIs, chart.googleapis.com slash chart, and then you want to pass in some parameters. So this would be the size of the QR code image. So CHS equals 100 by 100, and okay, equals, and we want it to be a QR code and CHL. Okay, so this is the Google API call, and then we want to pass in this parameter here, the QR code as string, right? So and so pass in QR code. Yep. Okay, so this is the URL, or rather the API call to generate our QR code. And then after that, we want to insert the image, the QR code image, into our worksheet. So for that, we'll do, since we are going to use our active worksheet, so active sheet dot pictures dot insert, and then we'll pass in the URL that we created our image from dot select. Okay, so now we're inserting. So with our selection, dot shape range. Okay, so with our selection where we want to insert the image in our worksheet, and we should also just end with first. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to set the name, and we will call it well, we'll call it QR code, yeah, we'll just put underscore QR code, and then we'll append the address. Yeah, we could, yeah, append the address. So we want application dot column dot address. Or why not? Nah, maybe you would just let's put the name as, so this is the name of our image. We will just put it as the URL of whatever website we want the QR code for, and then dot left. And so this is where we're going to insert the image. So we'll just insert it near where we call it from, dot left. So application dot caller dot left, and then so on it to the left, and then top will be application dot caller dot top, and then we plus 2 as well. Okay, so it looks good. And the last thing we can do is yeah, because we don't need to return anything, we can just say get QR codes will be blank. Okay, so I think this should do it. So let me just run through what the code does. The first thing is it will construct the URL for the QR code, and then basically it'll call the API, and then it will set the name of the image that the API generates to QR code, and then the URL name that we're passing, and then it will position the QR code 2 units to the right and 2 units down from where we are calling the code from. Yeah. Oh, and lastly, because we don't need to return anything, it returns an empty string. Okay, so let's test this out. Let's save and go back here. Okay, so maybe we'll try google.com. Okay, so this is the URL, and then now we're going to call it from cell B8 equals to get QR codes, and then we'll pass in this cell A8. Okay, and you can see that we got our QR code here. Then now we can try another one. Let's say we could try Reddit or YouTube.com, and then we can get the QR code for this, get QR codes, and then we'll pass in this cell, and so it takes a bit of time, and then not too long, and then the API generates a slightly different QR code. Yep, so then now you could scan these QR codes and it will take you to the website. Hope you guys found this useful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.